Hi everybody, welcome to this edition of ISS Ed Talks. We have two very special guests with us today, and our topic today is Governor School. So please welcome, if you will, Callie Olish from South Iredell High School, who attended 2014 Governor School for dance. And we also have Madison Seals with us today, who is a student at Lake Norman High School. She attended 2015 for flute. So ladies, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
And start off first by saying, how's your school year going? How's everything at the Viking Nation?
It's been great, really. I mean, it's just been a nice transition.
Super. And Lake Norman, how are you folks doing down at Lake Norman this year?
I would agree.
Good.
It's been well.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, I know that you are two very special students for us here in Iredell-Statesville schools because you are among that elite group of folks who got selected to go to Governor School. So congratulations to you for that great honor. And I wonder if you would just tell us a little bit about how did you hear about Governor School and the application process that you went through? Who helped you along that journey? Because lots of kids apply for Governor School, but they don't get in. But obviously you guys rose to the top. So tell us about that pathway through the process. How did you hear about it and who helped you along the journey?
I actually know a couple alumni of Governor School, and they had put on some presentations about it at our school, and so I learned a little bit about it that way. I had a friend who went for instrumental music, so they had some assemblies at school, and I got the nomination packet, and my counselor was instrumental in helping me apply. And my parents helped me a lot through the process.
Kelly, how about you?
For me, it was actually completely different. We had almost like a seminar about it with our guidance counselor, Elizabeth Hageman, over at South. And she's a really great advocator of Governor School. So it kind of put the idea in my head, and I was still a sophomore at the time. So for me, I knew I had another year to apply. But for me, I've always danced, so I knew that I wanted to apply for that. And from then, I kind of went home and I told my parents, was like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They had pretty much no say-so. They know that I'm a driven person, that I would make the best decision for myself. So from then on, it was just getting all the paperwork done.
Yeah. And is that a pretty tedious process, the paperwork part?
I wouldn't say it's bad. It's definitely a lot better than college applications.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, both of you girls attended East, Governor School East. That's 5.5 weeks, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So describe what you went through. What was your typical day like? What did you do in the evenings? What was it like attending Governor School?
It is definitely a lot like a college experience. But a typical day would be going to your Area 1 in the morning and then again in the afternoon. And then we alternated between Area 2 and Area 3. So we'd go to our Area 1 in the morning, and then our Area 2 class was a philosophy class. And then our Area 3 was it was a lot more discussion based as opposed to Area 2, which is more like a lesson based class. And our Area 3 was kind of about morality and yourself in the world.
Yeah, I'd say it's a nice branch between a high school experience and a college experience, because in a day-to-day weekly schedule, you had your block classes, but there were gaps in your schedule. So for me, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I went from my Area 1 to an Area 2, and then I had a gap, and then I went back to my Area 1. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, I had my Area 1, and then I have my gap, and then an Area 3, and then my Area 1.
Now, do you have free time during your day?
Plenty. A lot.
Absolutely. And I usually take advantage of that to go to electives.
Yeah, there were a lot of electives. Anywhere from what you would be interested in a school setting. So there were a lot of marching band people there, and then we'd get together and we'd talk about that kind of stuff. Or teachers would hold seminars on how to do something. And then a lot of times after dinner there would be a convocation where there would be speakers coming in from around the state to talk about history, up and coming topics. Like we talked a lot about food production in the United States and how all of that works.
Good. Now, what were some of the takeaways from Governor School that impacted you as a student and you feel like make you a better student having gone through this experience?
Because it was a real like college experience, it made me a lot more independent in my studies. When I came home, my parents really didn't have to get on me to make sure I was getting my homework done and stuff like that. I always, with those 5.5 weeks, they were very, they were based on yourself. So I was able to find what worked best for me to motivate myself to do and get things done with all the free time that we had.
For me, it really changed the way that I think and, you know, question things and reach conclusions, because I think before I'd be quicker to accept things as fact when I hear them or when I read about them. But now when I think about a situation, I really have to consider different points of view before I can like form an opinion about something.
Those are great life skills to learn.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, let's shift gears just a little bit. You girls are both seniors now, is that
Yes.
right? And so tell me a little bit about what's next for you. What schools are you applying to? What career pathway are you looking at?
I'm looking at audiology, which is a very up and coming field nowadays. But I'm looking at a lot of out of state schools, a lot of liberal arts colleges. It's just, for me, it's just taking the next step, getting out
Sure,
there.
absolutely, Madison.
Yeah, for me, I've considered a couple different things. I'm looking into industrial organizational psychology, which is kind of working in the workplace to improve businesses and how they function. And obviously, applying to Governor School has helped me a lot with the application process and writing essays especially. It's helped me a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely one thing. One of my classes in my junior year, we looked at past writing, and it was funny to see even my Governor School essay, I rewrote it, and to see how my writing has progressed, not only like right after Governor School, but like throughout that whole process, like how that changed.
So it sounds like you can recommend this experience to other students in Iredell-Statesville schools wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
This has made you a better student. It's given you a new perspective on what North Carolina has to offer, and I imagine you met some very unique students from around the state as well.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is that all of the students are so well-rounded, and obviously they're not only good at the area that they attended Governor School for, they're all so talented. One of the things that I loved about having free time was going in the courtyard and having people come and bring out their guitars, like a social science student would come out and play their guitar and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the people that I met there have almost driven me to be a better person. I love just sitting, like you said, in the courtyard in the quad and just talking about what they found interesting or what they thought about politics or what was happening in the world around them. All of them are so knowledgeable, not only about their Area 1, but about a lot of things that high school students don't even usually think of.
Right, yeah, the discussion definitely continues outside of the classroom.
Definitely.
Now, have you made friendships from Governor School that you are still in touch with? And I imagine these will be lifelong friends, some of the
Absolutely.
folks that you've met there.
A lot of mine have carried on to college now, and I'm even in touch with them on a daily basis, which is crazy. I have people that are at NC State and UNC, and I make trips up to see them.
Wow, that's great. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. So again, you can recommend this to our students and encourage them to get that application, get with their guidance counselor, get it turned in on time, and take your chances.
It's definitely worth the time.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. For me, my situation was different because I think fear almost prevented me from applying, because towards the beginning I just knew so little about it. So once I finally, started that process, I was really glad that I did.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your experience. And we will share this with our student body across the district, and hopefully we'll see a spike in interest in Governor School. We've always been very well represented there, but we want to make sure that we fill up all of our slots as well.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
So
thank
thank you
you.
very, very much. And students, we hope now that this helps you and it does create a spark of interest in Governor School. If you are interested in this opportunity, please talk to your guidance counselor today. And thanks for watching today.